What if I told you that the you you've spent your entire life building doesn't actually exist? Recently I looked in the mirror and I realized I didn't recognize the person looking back at me. Not because I've changed, but because I realized I was just a collection of survival strategies and roles. If you feel like the world is getting louder and you're feeling more lost than ever, I have a theory. You are not losing your mind. You are undergoing identity liquidation. But if you aren't who you thought you were, then who are you? That's what we're going to explore today. If this is hitting something you've been feeling lately, just go ahead and tap that like button so that I know that I'm not the only one navigating this. Most of us are terrified of the void, that space where the old you is gone and the new one has not arrived yet. Maybe for you it's because the world feels frantic right now, like everything is getting worse and demanding more of your energy. Or maybe it's sharper than that. You're standing in the middle of your life and you suddenly realize you are not who you thought you were. Then everyone else that knows you, you've been exhausting yourself trying to maintain this mask, and you just feel like a stranger. But once that mask falls off, the panic sets in. So how do you stay grounded when the floor is literally disappearing? You have to move your seat. Think of it as being in a hurricane. On the edges, the wind is going at 150 miles an hour. That's your anxiety. That's the noise. That is all of the what-ifs in your head. We can't stop the wind. But if we go to the very center of the eye, it is perfectly still. This is what I call the observer hack. It's this realization that if you can notice the hurricane, you aren't the hurricane. You're just simply watching it. This is a shift from being the actor to being the audience. When you sit in the eye, the vertigo doesn't necessarily stop, but it stops moving you. But if you're just an observer, what's actually left of you? Is it just nothing? There's an ancient practice called Neti in Sanskrit, which means not this, not that. When you're in the void, stop trying to find a new label. Start stripping away the old ones. You have thoughts, but you are not them. You have a name, but you are not that sound. When you peel back these layers and find something else, you find presence. This is the Unshakable Self. It is the version of you that was there when you were 5 and be there when you're 95. It doesn't need to know that you feel safe. It simply is. I'm still navigating this myself, so I don't have a definitive 5-step plan to give you because right now I'm in the void right there with you. But I've noticed a strange paradox. The less I try to be somebody, the less I try to perform a version of myself for the world, the more I actually start to feel like myself. It's not comfortable. It's unsettling. But maybe that discomfort isn't a problem. Maybe we're supposed to be in that discomfort. Instead of rushing off to fill the void with a new job, a new relationship, or a new label, what if we just stayed there? Not permanently, but for a time being. What if we gave ourselves permission to not have to find an answer right now? I'm finding the unshakable self does not need a map. It just needs you to stop running. I'm exploring this in real time with you. If you're in that not knowing space too, let's talk about it in the comments. What is one label that you realize this week is not you anymore?